from Atlanta, Georgia. From the Fox 5 studios, you're watching Good Day Atlanta.
8:41 your time. Now we've got something sweet for you when Good Day returns. We'll take a look at some alternative options if you're wanting to add a little something to your favorite food and drinks, and it's going to help sweeten them up.
Looking for an alternative to the yellow, blue, and pink packets? Well, we're putting whole and natural sweeteners to the test this morning. From stevia to agave nectar to honey, there are many alternatives available, and here to guide us through them is food and lifestyle branding expert Chadwick Boyd from Lovely and Delicious. Good morning, Chadwick.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. You know, the thing is, everyone wants to eat healthier, and we all know that we need to stay away from the white stuff. That is the refined sugars, the refined rice, the white rice, all the white stuff, white flour.
Right.
So tell me about what's available now in all of our grocery stores. It's not just the specialty stores.
No, they're really,
as an alternative.
Yeah, the really cool thing is that, you know, you talked about the pink and blue packets. We're moving more toward whole and natural ingredients. We actually have sweeteners now that are available to us in grocery stores that we can readily get anywhere within 5 minutes of our home.
Okay.
And today we're going to talk about 3 different kinds. We're going to talk about agave nectar, honey in all different varieties, and then stevia, or the brand names that are available in grocery stores, which are Truvia or Purevia.
Okay. Well, let's start with the agave nectar. And you brought an interesting prop here.
Yeah, so here's the cool thing. This is a leaf from the agave plant, and they actually extract the nectar from the heart of this thing in Mexico.
Wow, what's this?
And then it's actually processed similar to maple syrup.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's really cool.
All right.
I've got a little bit here for you to taste. Why don't you take that?
I will taste it.
It's about 25% sweeter than regular sugar.
And it has a nice dark color to it.
And it's about 60 calories per tablespoon.
Now there is dark agave nectar and light agave nectar.
There are all different kinds. It depends on how they process it.
Okay, so do they have different flavors and different levels of sweetness?
Yes, and we've got some over here. There's blue agave nectar. There's a light one. They actually flavor it with cinnamon and vanilla.
Oh.
So it's really nice.
This is delicious. It has a real caramel-y flavor to it.
And it's a little bit thinner than honey.
Okay, this is great.
So you can get that at any Whole Foods or any other grocery store.
Okay.
And the price is actually pretty comparable to maple syrup.
All right.
So we've got honey. Now, honey is really interesting. You know, right here in Georgia, we have Ted Denard from Savannah Bee Company, who is like the king of bees.
Yeah.
And it comes in all kinds of varieties. I like their Tupelo honey, but there are many local beekeepers here in Georgia that you can find near your home at honeylocator.com.
And getting the honey locally actually has more health benefits too, doesn't it?
Yes, and actually you can fight allergies naturally by ingesting honey from your local area.
Now, is this the honey here that I have?
That is the honey.
Okay, let me give this a little quick try. And what kind of honey is this?
That is an amber honey.
Oh, it's delicious.
Or an orange blossom honey.
It's delicious. I did a little informal survey here with Mark and Jeff and myself, and between the agave nectar and the honey, we all prefer the agave nectar, which is interesting. I was surprised to see that.
Very nice. And it's a little bit thicker.
And finally, let's talk about the stevia.
Yeah, really quickly. Now, this is something that's really interesting. Stevia is actually extracted from the stevia plant, and it's a derivative of the sunflower. And they've made it available now as a sweetener in the grocery store, which is a natural alternative to NutraSweet and Sweet and Low.
Okay, now is this a good option for diabetics? Which is the best?
Very good option for diabetics and those people who are on low-carb diets.
Okay, great. Now, we've got some recipes here, which are fantastic.
In preparation for Labor Day, we've got some very simple recipes. I think the biggest thing that we get all the time is that these are really fine and good, but how do I use them?
Yeah.
People don't know how to use them at home. So what we're going to do very simply, we're going to add some orange juice. You want to add that for me?
Sure. Is this the agave nectar
in here? In there, yep.
Okay. And how long did you cook the agave nectar for?
We're actually going to add to this glaze, and we're going to glaze this grilled salmon that we've just done for about 8-10 minutes until it's opaque in the center.
So is that soy that you just put in?
Tamari sauce, which is a pure version of soy sauce. We've got the orange juice, and then we had about a 1/4 cup of agave nectar. Okay. We're going to let this simmer down until it kind of gets all syrupy looking. Yes. And then we're going to glaze our salmon, and you just put it over just like that.
Wow.
And it's really delicious.
Beautiful. Okay, now what do we have going in here? What's this?
So this is a honey lavender lemonade.
Oh,
and
wow.
I've got 5 cups of water and 2.5 cups of fresh squeezed lemon juice. Here is lavender. Smell that.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
I'm going to have a quick sip of this.
Okay.
So this is just lemonade and lavender in here and the honey. Okay.
And it's sweetened with about a cup of honey.
That's wonderful.
It's a nice alternative to Southern sweet tea.
I love it. Now, ahead of Thanksgiving, we've got a wonderful pumpkin pie here, but it's not your average pumpkin pie. Tell me about it.
Here in the South, actually, we love sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie.
So I've done a version of my chipotle sweet potato pie. So here's what we've done is we've just roasted mashed potatoes, and here's the stevia. Why don't you dump that in there and look at it first.
The whole thing?
Yeah, just put that in there. It looks like a little bit like granulated sugar.
Yeah, it does. And you said that the flavor is quite intense, though.
It is, and you have to be careful. It can be bitter if you use too much.
Okay.
And we just add our spices, just like that, and we mix it up, and then just make it just like your traditional pie. Very, very simple.
So you can really use stevia in all kinds of baking.
All kinds of things, yeah. So for those people who are diabetic and really watching their caloric and carb intake, this is a perfect option. We've glazed this with some Burt's Farm pumpkin blossom honey, which is really nice, and this is about 260 calories per slice.
That's it?
Yes.
That's not bad. And is this your famous chipotle?
It is.
Sweet potato pie?
Tell me what you think.
It's fantastic. And
Isn't
I don't
that
think
great?
I haven't tasted it with stevia before. You can't even tell the difference.
No, so
Wonderful.
if we showed up at a picnic, nobody would know.
No, they wouldn't. Chadwick, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing these great recipes, which we will have on our website. For more information on everything you've seen here this morning, just go to myfoxatlanta.com for all these natural ways to sweeten things up.